going without food, seeking God, is a hunger strike against hell. Fasting causes us to seek and see vertical solutions to horizontal situations. Fasting will fast track your prayers. Fasting will break the yoke of bondage. Fasting will release God's power and will bring about supernatural results. Fasting will bring divine wisdom to life's perplexing problems. Fasting will humble our heart and recalibrate our life that we might walk in new awareness of God's divine purpose in our lives. Fasting brings about supernatural protection and miraculous provision. Fasting will give you favor with people. Fasting brings heaven's answer and hell's defeat. Fasting makes a big difference. So fasting is so important. Amen. Now, Mark chapter 9, a father brought his little boy to the disciples to heal him, and even though they'd healed people many times before, they couldn't do it. And Jesus came down off the Mount of Transfiguration, and he healed the little boy. Later, they're debriefing with Jesus, and they asked Jesus this question: why couldn't we drive out that evil spirit? And Jesus said this in Mark chapter 9 and verse 29, "This kind cannot be driven out by anything but prayer and fasting." There are some things only fasting will achieve. And when you couple fasting, setting your heart on God, with prayer, powerful things will happen that, listen to this, will not happen any other way. Now, when we talk about fasting, we're talking about primarily abstinence from food. And I know invariably people will say, well, you know, I've got this or I've got that, and so I can't fast and I can't go without food. Listen, everybody's got some kinds of food you can go without that you like. So we're not giving anybody a pass, okay? Everybody can do this thing. So the idea of I'm fasting TV, I'm fasting the newspaper, good. But fast food. And not fast food, fast food. Because some of you are like, I'm heading right over to Chick-fil-A right now, fast food. That's what he said. We're talking about refusing to eat and using that time to be in the presence of the Lord and to fellowship with the Lord. When we're talking about fasting, there are three types of biblical fast. The first is an absolute fast. No food, no water, and 3 days is the max on that, and really you need to think that through before you would do that with your doctor. A normal fast in the Bible would be abstaining from food but drinking lots of water. So you're saying, you know what, I'm not going to eat, and you figure out, I'll give you some suggestions on how a person could do that. Maybe what you'd say is, I'm going to abstain from food all the while from sunrise to sundown. I'm not eating. Maybe you would say, you know what, I eat 3 meals a day. I'm eating 1 meal a day. Maybe you would say, I'm going to fast for several days, not having any food. Maybe you saw Phil Mickelson, the golfer, and he was just extolling this last week, the benefits of fasting, did a 7-day fast and said he feels totally different. He's doing it under his doctor's supervision, but just drank water, and he said it was hard, but he was talking about all the benefits, because fasting is not bad for your body, it's good for your body. It's a way to detox your body. It's why it's hard when you start fasting and you haven't fasted. So maybe you're going to go sundown or sunrise to sundown, not sundown to sunrise. That's kind of like the fast food thing. Yeah, I'm going to fast from sundown to sunrise. I don't eat a thing while I sleep. So the idea is you're denying yourself. Or there can be a partial fast, and this can, probably the most common way would be the Daniel fast. So the Daniel fast is a great way to fast. And we have the example, obviously, from Daniel in the book of Daniel. But the idea is you abstain from animal products, meat, dairy, eggs, bread, anything made with sugar, caffeine, all of that. So basically, you're down to fruits and vegetables and beans. And that's kind of what you have. And that's a good way to fast. So some will do a Daniel fast. Some will do a liquid fast. So there's some who will say, everything I do is just liquid. I'm gonna have broth, and for 21 days, I'm just doing a liquid fast. Now, a person can give up, as I said, social media, which would probably be a good thing to fast from. Binge watching on Netflix, saying that's out. I'm gonna not do any of that, or whatever it is. There might be other things that you enjoy that take a lot of time that you say, I'm going to use that time to seek the Lord. Anything you set aside for the purpose of seeking God will make a difference. But I'm asking you to fast food. So as we do that, you'll have people that will say this to you. They'll say, man, I really feel sorry for you that you're having to do that. And what you need to do, because it's a great opportunity to challenge and encourage people, and in a very kind way say, don't feel sorry for me. I'm going to see God work in a powerful, powerful way. I can't wait. I don't need sympathy. Just be excited for me, because God is going to do some amazing things, because God will answer. Not God might answer. That's right. God will answer. A chapter on fasting in the Bible, Isaiah 58, one of the great chapters in the book of Isaiah. Then you will call, and the Lord will answer. You will cry for help, and he will say, here am I. The Message puts it this way: then when you pray, God will answer. It's a chapter on fasting. And I know that as you and I pray, a physical issue, a relational restoration, I don't know what you need. I know this: there's a God who delights in showing himself powerful. There's a God who delights in working miracles. There's a God who delights when we draw close to him. He delights in drawing close to us. There's a God who will answer as you and I fast and pray. Amen.